After the items have been added, you should define the pricing for your items. Sage Accpac is extremely flexible in assisting you to define item prices. A base price can be entered, or it can be calculated based on markup costs or other factors. In addition, the same item can appear on different price lists or on the same price list but with a different price due to a customer or quantity discount, the date of sale, or based on a contract price. To save time when designing price lists, you can copy price lists, modify them as appropriate, and update your price list globally when prices or discount structures change. The IC Items and Price List function includes item pricing, copy item pricing, update item pricing, and contract pricing. Let's take a look at item pricing and see how it works.
Let's begin with the item pricing icon. The first window displays the price lists that have been created for the item. To create a new price list, click the New button. To select an existing price list, select one from the list. The buttons at the top of the window provide the ability to scroll between other items that have already been linked to price lists. When creating a price list, 4 pages are presented. The first page is the Prices page. This is where the specific prices for an item are determined. A unique item description can be assigned to the item price list combination, such as fluorescent desk lamp - retail for the retail price list. Up to 6 decimal places can be assigned for the price. The system performs the math internally and then rounds the amount based on the currency for final display. The Price By field identifies whether the price of the item is to be determined by weight or quantity. When already assigned, as with this item price list, this field cannot be changed. The base price type can then be determined. This option determines how the base price for the item is to be calculated. Select the base price for single unit of measure option to either manually enter a base price for a specific unit of measure, entered here, or using the blue up arrow button to instruct the system to calculate the price for this item based on a cost plus percentage or cost plus amount. For example, if you select cost plus percentage, you select the location to use as the cost base. Remember, inventory control tracks costs by location. And then specify the cost base. Then enter the percentage increase to add over the cost. Say 25%. When the Proceed button is clicked, the system calculates the base price and places it in the field automatically. The price at this point is fixed. It does not automatically change when the cost of the item changes. A price can also be defined for each unit of measure. Possibly when a customer purchases one item, they pay $10, but when they purchase a dozen, they receive all 12 for $100, rather than $120. To define this, click the blue up arrow next to the base price field. Then enter the specific price for each unit of measure. Keep in mind that Accpac only uses the price associated with the unit of measure if that unit of measure is selected. For example, buying 1 dozen will display the price of $100. But buying 12 eaches will display the price as $120, even though 12 eaches is a dozen. The third way to define the price is based on cost. This time, when the blue arrow is clicked, the base price field displays a window to determine how the base price will be calculated. Either select cost plus a percentage or cost plus a fixed amount. Then select the cost value to use as the base and then the percentage or amount. If multi-currency is in use, you can also select the appropriate exchange rate information. When defining a price based on this method, the base price changes when the cost of the item changes. The same rules apply for the sale price. The sale price is the price the system uses if an order, shipment, or invoice is created between the assigned start and end dates. Think of a red tag day special where all red tagged items are discounted between a specific date range. The sale unit of measure is the unit of measure associated with the sale price. Possibly someone needs to buy 2 or a dozen in order to get the sale price. The markup cost field is where a price can be established based on a particular markup cost, and the markup unit of measure is what that markup cost is based on. The markup factor field is a reference field used for comparison reporting against actual values. It isn't actually used in any price decision calculations. Keep in mind that any item can be priced in one unit of measure but stocked in another. If you sell items like dirt, sand, or rocks, but want to stock the item in units of measure that your customer has purchased, say a bag or pallet, it's probably better to price the items by truckload, but stock the items by bag. Because each truckload will vary slightly, you will have more accurate information of what a particular bag costs. The discounts page has already been covered during the discussion of setting up price lists, but to quickly recap, this is where price list discounts are determined. These discounts will be taken from the base price entered on the previous page. The discounted price can be a discount or a markup from the markup cost on the previous page. The discount can be based on a percentage or flat amount, and determined by the customer type A through E levels, or quantity purchased. The values on this page default from the original price list code, so changes only need to be made here if this particular item price list code combination is different. As discussed earlier when establishing price list codes, the Price Check tab determines how order entry will respond when a price on a sales document is outside the specific price range. Selecting Warning, Error, or Approval displays a message in order entry when the price of the item entered, or calculated from the cost, is outside the specific price range. Let's assume you want to force the fluorescent desk lamp to be sold between $50 and $55. If someone attempts to sell the item for a price that is higher or lower, then a manager needs to get involved to approve the price. To do this, select Approval as the price check type. Perform the check based on the price of the item, and determine the price based on a fixed amount. Then enter either the specific user ID where this price check is to occur, or by selecting Default. Default indicates all users. Then enter the $50 to $55 range. When the item from this price list is sold outside this range, order entry will require an approval code for the detail line to be accepted. The taxes page was also covered during the discussion of price list codes earlier. However, again, to recap, this is where tax authorities are entered where the tax amount is factored in the price of an item. If tax is to be calculated from the item price as an additional amount, then leave this window blank. Any tax authorities entered when setting up the price list will appear here as a default.
Let's take a look at copy item pricing.